Welcome to Sea Leg Journey's Sunday evening live event with your host, Robin and Chet. And who knows, maybe baby Enzo or Ringo will have a special appearance tonight.
Pretty sure they will.
We would encourage you to participate in the chat and join along with the fun.
That's right. Bring your questions and comments in. We're going to help you find out the things you need to know to make your next cruise the best one ever.
Whether you decide to stay on the ship or get off the ship, a cruise vacation is a vacation of a lifetime.
That's right. We'll talk about excursions. We'll talk about the ports. We'll talk about the ships and, of course, the food.
It's almost showtime, so go grab that snack. The show's about to start.
How about that for a new start, y'all?
Yeah, we got a new start.
Yeah, just instead of doing the regular old countdown thing, she'd come up with that, and I was like, wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and so I know that in the intro there, we said, who knows, maybe baby Enzo and Ringo will make an appearance. Well, you got the back of Ringo's head anyway.
Enzo's down there romping around my foot doing, I don't know what he's doing. He's playing Ring Around the Rosie.
So what is our topic tonight, Mr. Dodge?
Tonight we're going to talk about cruise excursions. Are they worth it or not? And we're going to, let me just read this to you because I wrote it down so I wouldn't say it wrong. Are cruise excursions worth the cost? Only you can answer that question for yourself. We want to help you make the best decision when you're picking those cruise excursions, okay? Woo! This is exciting stuff. The last part of this show, so hang tight there. The last part of this show, we'll look at how we decide what excursions are the right ones for us. Does it seem worth the money? And our December cruise is coming up on the Mardi Gras. So I'm going to take you the last part of this, and I'm going to have it over here on my screen and show you what to look for to help you decide if that excursion is right for you, not just for us, okay?
We have had some excursions that were worth it.
Yeah.
And we've had some excursions that were not worth what we paid.
Far more that were worth it, though.
Far more that were worth it.
So it's mostly going to be good news tonight because we want you to get excited about your cruise. We want you to get excited about them excursions. Go out there and see the world, see life, live it, do it, and tell them Sea Leg Journey sent you. That's called a real solution for real cruisers.
Okay. So we want to welcome everyone that's new to our show. I am Robin. This is Chet. And we are Sea Leg Journeys.
That's right. We saw it in the yellow pages this morning.
And the back of the Chihuahua that you're seeing currently is Ringo. I have no clue why he's standing like this.
He wants to jump down there to Ringo, Enzo, I think.
There he goes.
Fan is blowing my hair. Let's see if I can get my hair locked in so the fan don't keep blowing me.
So anyway, we're talking about excursions tonight.
Yes.
And so we're going to say good morning.
Good morning. That's right. It's the Rise and Shine Show.
It's not the Rise and Shine Show. He's trying to convince me to go back to the Rise and Shine Show, and it's not going to happen.
You just never know what could happen.
No, I do know. I do know it's going to happen. Now, if there's going to be a morning show, Chet will be doing it by himself, and we can call it Chit Chat with Chet.
Yeah, that wasn't my idea either. That was somebody in the chat's idea of coming up with Chit Chat with Chet.
Yes. So we are going to be talking about excursions, but let's just take just a moment to say hello to everyone that's in the chat. After all, they did show up.
They sure did. And we're so glad you did. We're going to give you a tonight. How about that?
And we also want to say hello to the lurkers out there, the people that are following on Facebook, and of course, our hashtag Team Replay.
That's right. And let's don't forget to thank the moderators who are here with us tonight and our members.
Yes.
double squeaky for y'all tonight.
And so we appreciate each and every one of you for being here. And also, I had something I want to say, and then the squeaky distracted me.
Oh, gee, Rocky, was there something about the Bullwinkle show?
No, but we do have a super chat.
What?
Mm-hmm.
We got a super. Oh, look at there. He says, Z's Gaming and Home Theater channel says, my birthday week starts tonight. And he's just dropped a $2 super chat. Let's show him that thank you video.
So, happy birthday, Z.
Happy birthday, Z.
Thank you for the super chat. And here comes the boys to give you our super thanks.
That's right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much.
Very much.
Well, thank you very much. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
That was for the super chat, Z, and this is for your birthday.
For your birthday.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much.
Very much.
Well, thank you very much. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
So we do thank you very much, Z.
Thank you, Z-Man. The Z-Man. Don't forget, the Z-Man comes on right after us. That's right. It's 6 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Eastern time.
Okay, so we're going to do quick hellos.
Yes, let's do it.
Quick.
Quick.
Here we go.
I got my squeaky ready. Tiffany Love of Shark is here saying, good afternoon, Chet and Robin. Good afternoon to Tiffany. Michael, the realist. How awesome it is to see you. He says, Sea Lake Journeys. Hey, friends of Robin and Chet. Michael, awesome dude right there. That's right. It's Shady Hill Homestead saying hello to everybody out there.
And we forgot that baby shark.
Baby shark. That's right. Hey, we love this. And Bama Nola's here. He's saying, hey to everybody. Bama Nola's out there working in that heat, y'all. Make sure you stay hydrated there, Billy. We know you do. We got the Z Show Cruise Fun is here also saying, good afternoon, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Z-Man is in the house twice. Oh, and there's a reminder that he's going to be on right after us.
Mm-hmm.
So don't forget that. And Aaron Smith saying, happy Sunday, Sea Leg Crew. Woo! Happy Sunday to you, Aaron. Cruising for one, Jeffrey's here saying, hello. Hello to you, Jeffrey. Randa Sia is in the house saying, good day all. Hope it's a lovely day. It is now.
It is now that you're here, baby girl.
That's right. Thanks, Randa Sia, for being here. Mark the Shark, get your salutes up, everybody, saying, hello, beautiful people. Hello to you, Mark the Shark.
Did we say hello to Cruising for One?
Let's say hello again.
Okay.
Hey, Cruising for One. Beats a restart, laugh out loud.
There you go.
Yeah, Jeffrey's one of the people that's been on a cruise with us already.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, Aaron likes the opening role.
How about that?
Thank you for that, Aaron. We'd like some feedback on that. Your theme question is very open-ended.
Yes,
but I bet you suspected that all along.
We did.
Yeah, it is very open-ended. That's right. Fearless Ramblers here. George saying hello and howdy to everybody. Bam Manola says that would be awesome to have the morning show back.
Oh, and look who's here.
Lenny, our very first
our very first subscriber to our channel.
Saying hello, everyone. Happy 4th of July weekend to you all. Lenny, double squeaky for you.
So, Lenny, you're going to have to tell us if you think excursions are worth it or not.
That's right. We know you do.
She's been on a lot of cruises.
That's right. Everybody, let us know what you think. What has been your best excursion? Throw it in the chat. Was it worth the price? Aaron says, and for your birthday, Z, the dogs come out. Who let the dogs out? Z-Man did. Lynn, the Okies here again, y'all. How about that? Hey, glad to see you here tonight, Lynn.
There you go. Okay, so I think we said hello to everyone.
I think we did.
In the chat.
If we missed you, we'll catch you.
If we missed you, say
chat.
you missed me.
Yeah,
okay.
just say it. We'll hear you from here.
That's right. So go ahead with our topic.
Okay, we start with tonight we want to start with our most recent cruise, Alaska. Okay, so I know everybody's been wondering what we spent on them excursions and were they worth it. So these are excursions we did, the cost and our opinion if it was worth it or not.
And keep in mind, some of those Alaska videos on our excursions are out and some are still in the making.
That's right. So we're just going to go in the order we did them. And this is the price they were when we booked them. Now, keep in mind, I booked them over a year ago. Right. Prices have gone up.
Our cruise was in May of 2023,
Mm-hmm.
but we paid for excursions
When-
probably
whenever they-
January or February of 2023.
Yeah, or earlier. Some of them came out earlier than others. Some of them I'll book them as soon as they come out and we know we want to do it. And some of them are like 6 months out. Some are like 3 months out. So
What we do when we book excursions is we
Mhm.
watch the excursions first. And then there's usually a little save or a little heart or a little star that you can make them your favorites
Mm-hmm.
and put them on your watch list. So we watch the excursions. And when they start filling up and it's something we want to do, we make sure that we book it and pay for it. And that's another thing. Your excursions have to be paid for when you book them.
yes.
It gives you like, 24 hours or something that'll hold it for
I
you
think
without
so.
paying for it.
Yeah, I think it's 24 hours. Yeah.
But they have to be paid in full at the time that you book the excursion.
You know, there's a couple of them we knew we wanted. So as soon as I saw it, the very first day that opened up, like the dog sledding one, I had to book it that day because it was
Mhm.
already halfway sold out.
Yep, that's right.
But the first one we did, though, was in Ketchikan, Alaska, our first stop. And we stopped at the Lumberjack Show and Crab Feast. And that was really good. Now, it was $169 a piece.
Mm-hmm.
$169 a piece, and we got to go. We left at 9 o'clock in the morning. We got back at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So you're looking at a 4-hour excursion that cost us $169 each. What did we get for that? We got that awesome lumberjack show, and we got we could eat Dungeness crabs at the George Inlet Lodge. Was it worth it?
When we mean all you can eat, we mean all you can eat. They didn't just give you a couple little crab legs. They gave you the whole side of the crab. You know, It didn't have the body of the crab. It just had the crab legs, but you got the whole crab.
Yeah, you got that part there all the crab legs were attached to. You know, it's like they kind of cut it in half, and they just took that middle part out, and but all the crab legs were attached to. Threw it on your plate. Was it worth it to you, though?
I would say the Lumberjack Show and Crab Fest 100% was worth it.
Yeah, now we knew the Crab Feast was going to be worth it because we had done that before. The first time we went to Alaska, we had never done the Lumberjack Show.
The first time we did the All You Can Eat Crab Fest in Alaska, we did the Tungus Rainforest walking tour and the Crab Feast. That was also worth it.
Yes, it was.
That was very much worth it. Even though it was a lot of walking on uneven pavement and gravel and that kind of thing, that was definitely worth it as well.
Yeah, and at the end of this, when I'm telling you what to look for in these, we're going to talk all about what you need to pay attention to when you get that excursion. Hey, the second one we did was, what is this? The dog sledding on the Mendenhall Glacier and the helicopter. We just put the video out on that Friday. If you haven't seen it, you're going to want to see it. And you tell us watching that video if you think it might be worth it.
Okay, wait a minute. So what it was we took the helicopter, but first it was a bus from the port to the airfield. Got on a helicopter for about a 20-minute helicopter ride and landed on Mendenhall Glacier for the summer dog sled camp that is on the glacier with about 260 dogs were there when we did it. And it was an hour long on the glacier. We rode the dogs in the snow and we got to take turns driving and we got to pet the dogs and we got to hear all about the mushers and how they live there for the summer on the glacier.
Yeah. Check that video out and decide for yourself. When I booked it, it was $600 a piece. Last time I saw it was like $700 a piece. So it's gone up. But
now that's an excursion that sells out early.
Very early.
Very
if you
early.
want that, as soon as it comes out, you got to book it because it sells out really fast.
And the reason it sells out so fast is because the helicopter can only hold 6 people. The helicopters
at the most.
Yes, at the most.
Yeah.
Some helicopters, based on the size of the passengers, will take 4 passengers or maybe 5, depending on the party. But those helicopters are going back and forth all day. And so you got to remember, it's about 10 minutes to load passengers, 20 minutes for a flight, 10 minutes to unload passengers. That's 40 minutes. And now that helicopters got to load passengers because they don't just come and drop them off. They come and they pick them up and they take them again. So you have a good hour and a half of nothing but one helicopter transporting passengers to and from the glacier.
But was it worth it?
Yes.
Okay, that's what
I
we're
would
getting
do
to.
it again.
Yeah.
I would have paid $700 to do it again.
I would have said, what if I got to pay? I want to do it again.
I would too.
That was that good. So think about these as bucket list items. Sometimes you may not go back to Alaska again. It's one of those things that sometimes you only get to go once. So save a little extra money for these excursions. Right now, we're telling you all the ones we've done are worth it.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the next one we did?
So before you start the next one, let's
say hi to some people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do that.
So Aaron Smith.
And don't forget to have Nightbot share your link to your YouTube channel. Type hashtag SLJ in the chat and Nightbot will share it out. Yes. Thank you for that, Aaron.
We got the best moderators.
I'll tell you, we got great moderators because I totally forgot that.
And
Aaron,
of course,
2 squeakies for you.
People are sharing their links in the chat, and thank you very much for that.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Hey, there's Warm Strong. What's going on? That's Bill. He says, hello, Sea Lake Journeys and chat.
And Danny D, the super supporter.
Yo, Danny D is in the house. Okay, let's get this party started, y'all.
And Lynn says, nope, although it looks like y'all had fun.
Oh, it was a blast.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
So I'm not sure which one she was talking about, but nope, although it looks fun.
The dog sled.
That she thinks it was not worth that much money. You'll have to tell us, Lynn, what did you think was not that much money? And if you are commenting in the chat about whether or not you think it was worth the money or no,
it's would it be worth it for
dogs or what was the first one? Lumberjack.
Yeah.
Just put something like that so we'll know which one you think was worth the money or not worth the money.
For you. It doesn't mean for us.
Yeah, right.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You have an opinion
because there's
too.
some excursions that some people love. It's worth it for them, but it wouldn't be for us.
And we value your opinion as well.
Yes, we like to hear it. We want to share it here on the channel.
That's right.
Because people need more information than just what we got. Believe me.
Hey,
the next one up though was the Yukon Expedition and White Pass Scenic Railway out of Skagway. A lot of people know about the Yukon train. It's pretty famous, but we did the Yukon Expedition, which is a bus ride up into Canada. We stopped and saw all kinds of different sites, and then we took the train back. It cost $219 a piece. Mm-hmm. Wasn't worth it.
And it included lunch.
It included lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know why? Because we left at 9:15 a.m. and didn't get back till 5:30 p.m.
It was an all-day thing.
All day.
And we were on a motor coach, and we stopped at a lovely little place for lunch. That was fantastic, and we had the train ride back.
And we're going to have video on that coming out too.
Yes, I believe it was worth it.
It was absolutely worth it. All day excursion with the food and the views we got to see riding the train.
Oh, absolutely.
The places that the bus stopped at. That's the reason I took the bus first, because the train don't stop. It just goes up and around.
Mm-hmm.
The bus stopped on the way up. We got to see stuff. It was great. $219.95. I 100% say it was worth it.
I do too.
We highly recommend
So before you start the next one.
Okay.
Here we go.
Z-Man says, good afternoon to Bill. Prime time is right after. Eddie Lugo, yo, Brooklyn in the house, lurking here. 2 other places also. Eddie, lurking and working. I know what that's like. We do it too. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Warmstrong says, helicopter ride was expensive, but to me, it was well worth it. There you go. Bill's been to Alaska.
Yes.
He did the helicopter tour without the dog sled, but he says just the helicopter ride alone is worth it. And I agree.
I agree. I do agree. Yeah, only because you get to see things that you can't see from the cruise ship.
Indeed.
Indeed. And here's Fearless.
Fearless says the dogs sleds will be a must. The dog sleds will be a must. Yeah, for us, that was the clincher for us.
And we have actually done the dry dog sleds, which is on ground on a wheeled, with wheels, and we've done it on the snow as well. Both were totally worth it to us. Absolutely worth it.
Yeah, I'd recommend doing them both. If you go up one time and your budget's a little less than what you want it to be, at least do the one on the land. It is fantastic.
Right, and we have done where we had the dogs for an hour or so, but we also did a mini dog sled run on a wheeled cart that only went, what was it, like a tenth of a mile, quarter mile. Yeah. $10 a piece, 100% totally worth it.
And that track was fast.
Yeah.
Wow, it was fast.
Those dogs were Iditarod winners. They were Iditarod winners.
Almost couldn't hang on to that sled.
And that was something that you couldn't experience except for at a particular location. Now I got a couple more chats.
Let's do it.
Here.
You betcha. Lynn the Okie says, I wouldn't go on a cruise or a helicopter or go sledding on the dogs. Lynn, we're gonna ruin it for you. We're gonna get you so one day you're gonna go, I've got to go get on a cruise. I just seen too much fun stuff.
Let me tell you, Lynn, if you are a foodie, cruise ships have got fantastic food.
Or if you like entertainment and music.
Yep. Here we go. We got some more chats.
Z-Man says it would be worth it for me. My baby mama, Carrie Underwood, will be on. Enzo, hush. Enzo's trying to tell y'all something.
She doesn't want to go to Alaska. Lynn does not want to go to Alaska.
Oh, we're going to talk about some other places here in just a minute.
The thing about Alaska, I was expecting it to be cold. We dress t-shirts every day, but we are going to hit the Caribbean. We are not going to just talk about Alaska.
No, we got a lot of stops in Caribbean tonight. We're going to run real quick. These are just the most recent ones that we still have the prices that are similar. Fearless Rambler says, tomorrow I'm going to try live at the Bishop's Castle in Colorado. Look it up. Pretty cool. It will be on the spot live. No set time. Okay. I will put you on. Well, I already got you on Ding-a-ling. So yeah, I'll be listening for that, Fearless.
And Lynn Oakley, you would like to go to Canada. Now, where I was talking about, we did the dog sleds that were the Iditarod runners that we paid $10 a piece to ride. They were in Canada. They were not in Alaska. Canada is absolutely gorgeous too.
Oh yeah, it was great. Bama Nola says, we done the lumberjack and the dog sleds, but haven't done the helicopter ride. Next time you go, Bama. Yeah, you'll love it. Cruise Nuts is here. Hello, everyone. Mike and Tracy. They're going to go on that group cruise with us, too. Don't forget. Right. We're going to have a good time on that group cruise, y'all. Z-Man says, I'm watching the dogs playing right behind you, and it's worth the money. I know it, right? I know. We need Captain Billy here to referee.
You never know. The dogs are going to have their own appearance.
Where's Captain Billy when we need him?
Okay, so here's Cruising for One. Now, we were with Cruising for One when he did this in St. Martin.
One of the times he's done it. He's done it twice.
Yes. Go ahead, read it.
You know the excursion's good when you do it twice. He did a 12-meter racing in St. Martin. What that is, that's a fast racing boat.
Yes, really fast.
Really fast. Really
Crazy
racing
fast.
Yeah. I knew I would go and get my legs soaking wet. Otherwise, we'd have done it with him.
Yep. Okay.
Thanks for that tip there, Jeffrey, at Cruising for One.
What you got now?
Okay, the next one we did. Now we're gotten off the ship. Okay, 7-day cruise is over. We visited Ketchikan, Skagway, and Juneau. Now we're off the ship, and we are heading to our first land excursion, the Covered Wagon and Backcountry Dining from Denali Princess Wilderness Lodge. And we got there late.
The train was late.
The train was late.
If you miss an excursion, you've just missed it. But we bought this excursion through the cruise line. So even though we were late, they tried to make it right for us. Yeah,
we had the option. We could have went and canceled it there and got our money back. But we thought, well, let's go try it. And we probably shouldn't have done that because it ended up not being as good probably as it would have been if we'd been there from the start.
I don't think so. I disagree. That particular excursion, how much was it?
$210.
$210 a piece.
I think that was a little high on the price, in my opinion.
And I did not think it was worth $200. It was a horse and buggy. It was a wagon drawn by 2 huge stallion horses, and it included a lunch. Now, the terrain that they took us through on the buggy ride was not very attractive. It was more like
I have to agree. It wasn't a very scenic tour. It had to be rushed, which that part wasn't their fault. Food was not that great.
The food was, for me, I'm gluten-free, so the only thing I could eat was the corn on the cob. But the problem we both had with the food, and almost all passengers there were, they served the food family style, which was not a problem, but they did not give us serving utensils. So everyone had to use their own fork or their hands to get the food out. And so if you were the first one to get food, or your husband, you were okay. But after everyone started eating and they were still bringing other dishes and you had to use your fork that you continued to eat with, less people ate. And so that was not worth it. It was not ran very well.
Yeah, that one was not worth the money for us. Okay, we're not knocking it as an excursion. It may be okay for some people. You may love it.
Right.
But for us, it was not worth that money.
It was not worth it.
So then we go on to the second excursion on land, the Arctic Circle Adventure. That's right. We departed at 5:30 p.m., came back at 12:30 a.m. Now, this one was pricey, too. For the 2 of us, it cost $1,139. So it was pricey, but we got to fly above the Arctic Circle, land at Coldfoot, which is where that show Ice Road Truckers is filmed, and then drive up to Wiseman and meet an Alaskan who lives there year-round, and then fly back over the Arctic Circle at midnight.
And the Alaskan that we met that lives there year round was lived there his whole life, and people come to stay on his property to see the Aurora
Borealis.
Yes, because where he lives at, it comes the mountain. It comes up over the mountain, and it's just the most beautiful place you could ever see it from in Alaska.
But we didn't get to see that while we was there. But anyway, was it worth it? Was it worth that money to you?
How much was it?
It was $1,139.
That's how much that was, really?
Not per person. That was for both of us.
So it's like $600 a piece.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, it was worth it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely worth it. I would definitely do that again. I would recommend it to somebody. It's just a fantastic thing. We thought it was worth the money anyway.
So we need to hit some things in the
Let's
chat.
do it. Let's hit them. And Danny D says, I'm almost 500 friends. I'm at 391. All right, let's do it, Danny D. Let's get to that 500.
Danny, make sure that you put hashtag SLJ so that your link is shared.
Yeah, let's share your link there, Danny. Hashtag SLJ. J&N Travels is here. John and Nancy saying, good evening at Sea Lake Journeys. Good evening to y'all. Lynn says, I'd also like to go to the states I haven't been to.
Me too.
Yeah, Hawaii being one of them.
Hawaii's being one of them.
Yeah, one day. Fearless says, we want to go see Mount Denali. Oh, I got to say this too, George. While we was there, they say only, 30% of the people who visit Alaska get to see Denali all clear.
The tip of it.
Yeah, the mountain clear. Well, we got to see it clear for like 3 days in a row.
Yes.
The whole thing.
The day we were leaving, it
was gone. It was invisible.
Yeah.
It was invisible. And they told us, they said, this is what people usually see right here. I'm like, oh, that would be disappointing.
So sorry, but the pig squeaking is baby Enzo growling and squeaking his pig. So here we go. Yeah.
Eddie says, just realized that Chet cleaned up. I did. I brushed my hair. I shaved. I put on look at this, a Sea Lake Journey t-shirt. Ooh.
I think they're talking more about you shaving.
I said shave.
I know, but I think it's more about you shaving. What are you doing?
Come on to the next one. Ray the Creative Travels here saying, hey. And I'm not squeaking anything. That's Enzo, y'all. Oh.
Okay, go on with your next thing.
Okay, no, there's another one. Okay, the last land excursion we had was another horse-drawn wagon ride. It was from Mount McKinley. It lasted 2 hours. It was $269. Was this horse wagon ride better than the other one, and was this one worth the money?
Yes. 100%. Totally worth the money.
They were so different, it can't even compare them.
The horse-drawn carriage picked us up at the lodge. And where we were at, we were on the edge of the Denali National Forest. So part of the wagon ride was on the edge of the forest.
Yes.
And we got to pan for gold. And we had, he had s'mores by the open campfire.
And then we got to pet the reindeer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was great.
And the owners were, one of the owners was our tour guide. And so she told us all about the horses and where they live in the summer and where they live out in the winter and all of that. And she told us a little bit about the forest and the changes to the forest and that kind of thing.
There was just a lot of stuff going on in this 2-hour ride. It was fantastic. It was well presented. They made sure you had a good time.
The young man that drove the carriage, he told us all about the plants and things that are there in Alaska that you only see certain times of the year. Yeah. And so that was pretty fascinating. And that some of them are used for healing properties, and some are edibles, some for teas. We have a comment here.
Okay, Lenny. Well, honestly, that is just flat out wrong that they didn't give all of you serving utensils. Yes, I would absolutely not participate in that meal with everyone using their own forks.
I did not participate in it at all.
It was scary.
Because I did not use my fork to eat with because I couldn't eat any of the food because none of it was gluten-free. I could pick up food for Chet that off the chicken, because people were just picking up their piece of chicken. So I was watching. I make sure I got him a piece of chicken in the middle where no one had touched it, and I put it with my fork. And then the gentleman across the seat from me says, "Have you not eaten with that fork?" I said, "No, sir. I've only ate the corn." He said, "Do you mind if I use that fork too?" I said, "I don't mind." So he was even willing to use my unused fork as a serving utensil.
Her fork was the utensil.
There we go.
So at 260. Oh, Linda Oki says, not Hawaii. I'm talking about the lower 48.
Yes.
There's plenty there to visit too.
Plenty there to visit too. Mm-hmm.
So 269, it was absolutely worth it to me. Mm-hmm. This one was great, y'all. It was great.
And Roy, Creative Travel is any reindeer farts. No, but we did have duck farts. And that's an Alaskan beverage. Okay, so now we're moving to the Caribbean or something?
Yes, we are.
Enzo.
We're going to move to the Caribbean. So there are things to consider before booking the excursions that we look at, and you should look at too. One is your physical abilities and size. Consider the terrain you're going to be on, the temperature, walking distance, stairs, And also consider for your kids, age limits for the kids, height requirements, things like that, if you're taking them along.
Can I stop you right there?
Yep.
We were in Coco Cay, and a family had bought the water ride park area for their whole family. And one little boy in their family was not tall enough to ride any of the slides. And he was so upset.
Yeah.
And the mom was at the gate trying to get the money back for the little boy. And they told her, they said, I'm sorry, you should have read it. It does have height and weight restrictions. And she says, but he can't ride anything. So number one, it was a little bit of wasted money because that particular child did not get to participate. But he was heartbroken because his brothers all got to do everything and he didn't get to do any of it.
Yeah, so that's stuff it's up to you to read it too. They're not going to.
There's one that we want to do that we know they're not going to allow Chet to do because he is an amputee. Because when you read the description, it says very specifically things that we know he won't pass. We can buy his ticket, but they won't let him do it.
Nope. And I can't go up there and claim ignorance. Oh, I didn't know that.
Right. Here's Aaron.
And weight requirements too. There are limits for helicopter rides, horseback rides, yes, and many other things. And I'm going to show you some examples here tonight.
And here's Danny D.
Crazy for slides. I didn't know there was a weight requirement for that.
Yes.
Some places.
The reason that some slides have a weight restriction is because of the steep incline of the slide. Your little body, if it doesn't have enough weight, can pop out. And you can be airborne from going down a water slide. So yes, their weight restrictions and height restrictions are real things.
Just like on land, they got weight restrictions and height restrictions. They have them on these excursions as well. So also consider how long this excursion is. We talked about some here that are only 2 hours. We talked about some that were over 8 hours.
Right.
And the time of day they left. You want to consider those things for yourself.
Well, and we have been on excursions where people have said, I didn't realize it was this much walking, or I didn't realize we were going to be on this bus this long. Different comments like that where what we do is we make sure that we read the description of the excursion well, and then we'll go look and see if there's any reviews. We do have a couple of people that dropped in we want to say hi to.
Embarkation Nation. Hey, what's going on, guys? Let's give Embarkation a squeaky. Thanks for being here, y'all. Fearless says, Chet, like walking on a fractured foot, maybe a long walk excursion is not the best for it. Or snorkeling in deep water. Yeah, I saw you climbing up that pyramid, George. I saw that.
Speaking of deep water, we were on a cruise ship with a young girl that she went jet skiing, right? Just little jet ski, and she had a fantastic time, except for the fact when they got to where she could not see land well, she had a freak out. And she literally had an extreme panic attack. And the guide that was with them told her, you have to drive this jet ski back. And she's like, you don't understand. I'm totally freaking out. I don't think I can do it. He said, you rented it. There's no other person that can drive it. You have to drive it. And she said she was just terrified. She felt like she was traumatized from her own excursion. Things to consider. Then the boss. Can I keep talking, or do you have?
No, we got time.
Did though. It's called the water boss. We called it the underwater motorcycles.
Yes.
And they're little. You get on it and you sit on it like a little motor scooter, but it's got a big helmet that you go under the water and you come up into the helmet, and so you can breathe and you can talk, and you don't need a snorkel or mask or anything. There were several people that could not physically get their head lower than their feet, and then bring their head back up to get into the tank where their head was at.
These were not just older people. No, there was a young guy there in the Army who could not. I think it was a little bit scared. I don't think he'd ever been in water like that. And to go down under the water to come back up in that thing, I think it freaked him out a little bit.
I think so. And, once you get freaked out about something, it's really hard to calm yourself down enough to be able to do it.
And there's no one going to assist you to do it. You either do it yourself or you sit on the boat after you paid $200 and watch everybody else do it.
And I've been on some excursions that I got freaked out. We did the
Grand Cayman, we did the Stingray.
Yes, the stingray encounter. And at first I was okay. There were just a few around me, but there came a point where there were so many around me, I totally freaked out. And I was like, I got to get back in the boat. I got to get back in the boat. And one of the guys that was, their lifeguard, he helped me get back in the boat. I did not get back in the water again.
That's one of those excursions that I went down and had a ball. It was worth whatever we paid, but for her, she don't want to do that again. It was not worth the money for her.
It was not worth the money for me. So here's some comments.
All right, what we got? Fearless says, love the boss. Did that in St. Thomas.
Yes.
The boss was great. Yes. Yep. Embarkation Nation says, we just drove past the NASA Space Center in Houston.
Wow.
It looks really cool. Oh, let me guess. You're in Texas today. I'm psychic. All right, that's great.
I'll be in Texas next week for my new job.
Yeah, if you're still there, wave at
There you go. Wave at me. I'll be in Austin, though. What else you got?
Also, is this excursion going to be inside or outside? Am I going to need suntan lotion, bug repellent? Is there AC? Things you might want to think about before you go.
Now, we've been on excursion before where I did not realize I could have changed into dry clothes.
That's the other thing. Do I need a change of clothes?
So I did not realize that we could change into dry clothes. And I don't know about you, but I am not comfortable in a wet bathing suit for long, long periods of time, especially trying to walk back to the ship in a wet bathing suit can be extremely uncomfortable. And sunscreen, we always take with us, but we've taken sunscreen. And then where we were at, they said that we could only use reef-friendly sunscreen.
Make sure you get the reef-friendly. Just get that one anyway, because that way you can use it anywhere.
Yep.
So that's a recommendation. That was right. Oh, hold on. That is called a real solution for real cruisers here at Sea Lake Journeys, y'all. Okay, so like I mentioned, we are going on a cruise in December. And so just looking.
Where are we going?
Well, we're going to Amber Cove, San Juan, and some other place. Grand Turk.
I'm gonna turn this to you because you're gonna be facing that way, and that they can see you, and I'll just dip back in like this.
You've got to stay in the frame.
I'm in the frame
because they don't want to see just me.
Look, I'm in the frame. Can y'all see me? I'm in the frame.
So I'm looking at the. So I went to Carnival. I'm going to use Carnival because we're going to be on a Carnival ship, okay? And we went to the cruise manager, if you're familiar with that. And then you go to the excursion section to find out what excursions are available on this cruise. And here's another pro tip. If you don't see nothing you like and you're 8 months out, wait a couple more months, go back. Sometimes another excursion will pop in that you haven't seen. You go, ooh, I want to do that. So anyway, I'm looking at Amber Cove for this one. And I said, oh, look, there's Damawaga Waterfalls and Monkey Land. This sounds like a good excursion.
I want to go to Monkey Land. I love me some monkeys. I'm sorry. I'm all about me some monkeys.
And I'm all about the waterfalls, right? And the monkeys, too. So anyway, the price is $129.99 per person. Let's find out if this is something we want to do. I'm looking at the ratings right now. It's got 4.5 stars out of 33 reviews.
Pretty good.
That sounds not bad because these are the things we're looking for right now when we're looking for a shore excursion. Okay, we're fixing to go read the description. We're going to look at the cost, find out if it has a child price, if we have children with us. We're going to look at the restrictions of this excursion. Is there an age restriction, weight restriction, disabilities, medication, physical condition like being pregnant? And we're also going to check the ratings like I just did. Are you
concerned that you're going to be pregnant?
I might be. You never know.
Let me tilt this camera up a little bit more. There we go.
We're going to check out the difficulty level. That's right. We'll see when it departs, what time of day, how long is it, and what are the reviews.
Okay.
That's what we're going to find out right now, right here on the Cruise Manager, okay?
Let's do it.
So we already know it's got 4.5 out of 5 stars on 33 reviews. What if it only had 1 review? That's not very reliable, is it? What if it had 100? That's even more reliable. This one's got 33, so okay.
So we're going to see waterfalls and monkeys.
Let's find out.
Okay.
We click on more details. There it goes. The activity level for this excursion says moderate. What does moderate mean to you?
Moderate to me means that I am not, okay. Moderate to me means that I may struggle a little bit at my age, but it's not so difficult that I won't be able to do it, but I'm going to be tired.
So see, age is relevant.
Age is very relevant.
We have easy, moderate, and difficult.
Right.
Right.
Because if I was in when I was in my 50s, moderate, yeah, not a problem.
Moderate was easy for
now
us then.
moderate, I want to know exactly what they think moderate is.
If I had 2 legs, it'd still be easy, I think. It has an age requirement. Minimum age is 8 years old. Don't book your 7-year-old or 6-year-old on this, okay?
Oh, and that's another thing. We've heard people say, well, they're almost 8. That doesn't, that doesn't always cut it.
Nope, don't count. And also, it's 5.5 hours long. Consider that. Do I want to be out? Because it sounds like it's going to be outside. Waterfalls and monkeys, probably going to be outside. Can I take the heat for 5.5 hours? Think about that when you're booking this, okay? Let's go to departure time. Leaves at 10 a.m. Oh, it tells us how many tickets are available. There's still more than 10 tickets available. I've looked at some excursions and went, oh, there's only 1 ticket available. Well, we can't go on that one, can we? Okay, I want to also click down here. I'm gonna go over the notes first and then the description. This tour may operate in reverse. Why is that important? Because that's telling you if you go to waterfalls and you're rolling in this water, you're definitely going to need a change of clothes. So keep that in mind. If I could potentially be
unless
all
you want
wet.
to walk around in wet bathing suits all the time.
Yeah, you know.
Or if you're using the water shoes. Water shoes, walking around in wet water shoes can be very uncomfortable for me anyway.
It's 50% uncomfortable for me. The maximum weight on this is 275 pounds. There is a weight restriction on this as well. Sometimes we know why and sometimes we don't know why. It doesn't matter. There's a restriction there. Also, restrictions are guests with recent surgery less than 6 months old, guests who are pregnant, or who have heart or respiratory conditions. If you have disability or mobility problems, I think I fall into that category. One leg is kind of a mobility problem. If you have epilepsy, allergies.
Now, allergies is
doesn't specify which ones.
Doesn't specify allergies, but you are going to be around animals. You are going to be in
plants,
somewhat unsanitary water because it's a waterfall. It's not a swimming pool with chlorine. And you're going to be around plants that are probably blooming and that type of thing.
You're in a jungle.
Ants, insects.
That's right. You could get stung, bit by who knows what. If you had back, neck, or knee problems, not good for you. Or guests taking any medication that has a warning about mental or physical impairment. You know, you've seen those drugs. You got to take this and it tells you do not drive or operate machinery. That goes for this excursion as well. So be aware of these things when you're booking an excursion. If you're in any of these categories, don't go, it'll be okay. Because it might not be.
And the thing is that when you say, well, what difference would that make? Well, this one, remember, we're going to be in waterfalls. They need you to be very conscious and very aware of your surroundings and that kind of thing. Now, the next point that's up there is this is the one I love.
Lockers are available.
No, the one above that.
Tour duration may vary depending on the group speed.
So, depending upon the group speed, I could very well be the one that's slowing the speed for the group down.
I don't want to be that guy. I know we're supposed to hit 6 waterfalls, but I'm so slow that we end up only hitting 3. I don't want to be that guy on that bus ride.
No, not at all. Okay, so we've got some things going on in the chat over here, okay?
Oh, let me just throw this real quick before you do. Lockers are available at Monkeyland for $5, so you ain't got to worry about carrying your towel and dry clothes around.
And now that's another thing. We don't typically take a lot of cash when we're doing something like this. We know we're going to do monkeys and we're going to do waterfall. We're not going to take a lot of cash. A lot of these places that have locker rentals are cash only for the locker rental itself. So you need to keep that in mind.
Yes.
As well as since this is going to have animals, there may be a little bag of food that you can purchase to feed the animals. So those little things you need to keep in mind. So here's some comments.
Let's see what we got. Fearless Rambler says, great itinerary, Chet. I think it's going to be a good one. Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks. Aaron says, also remember, if you book the excursion through the ship and you're late in returning, the ship will wait for you.
Yes.
If you book outside the ship by third party, they probably won't wait. That is so true, Aaron.
There's no probably. They won't.
Yeah. I mean, if the excursion calls and they're going to be 10 minutes late, maybe the ship might. But if they're like, oh, man, we're like an hour late, the ship's like, bye.
Bye.
Because it costs them a lot of money. It costs them by the minute to stay there waiting.
Yep.
Bud Files is here. Hey, what's going on, Bud Files?
And that's the thing. We learned that recently, that the cruise ship is they're supposed to leave the port at 4:30. Okay. They've not left the port at 4:30. They're charged per minute that they're still docked there, plus a fee.
Yes.
So it's a fee plus every minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So here we go with Fearless Rambler.
Fearless says, that's the trip they switched us on at Amber Cove. Be careful where Princess sends you.
So this is another thing. We have a cruise on MSC coming up
Next May.
Next May. And they are closing Ocean Cay for some projects that they have going on.
Yes.
So not only are we not going to Ocean Cay, we're not even going to the same side of the Caribbean as we booked.
The whole itinerary got changed.
So instead of going on the Eastern Caribbean, we're going on the Western Caribbean.
I think that's vice versa.
Is it whichever way?
It's a whole different itinerary anyway.
Yeah, a whole different itinerary. Well, weren't we supposed to go to Cozumel?
I'd have to go back and look.
Okay, well, whatever.
I forgot. Yeah.
Okay, so here we go.
Yeah, I think we were supposed to go to Cozumel.
So that's the east.
That's west. Cozumel's west.
North, south,
Cozumel's
east.
west.
Oh, west. He's right. It's west.
Anyway, got it all totally changed, right? Lenny says, Aaron Smith, very good comment. That's something very important to keep in mind when booking excursions. It is very important. That's why we book through the ship, because we have seen just what Aaron is talking about happen in real life to people.
It's almost happened to us.
Almost happened
because we thought we were smart enough to go off on our own.
We were young.
we were young and
stupid. With age comes wisdom. Together we travels here. Hello, everyone. Hello. Together we travel. Lynn says there's a place in Oklahoma that I went to when I was in middle school. It's called Woolarock. And it's a place that has different animals and waterfalls.
There you go.
You know, that's great. That's awesome stuff.
Because in America, we have gorgeous places to see.
Yeah, we got great places.
If I could take a cruise ship from Florida to Oklahoma or Montana, I would get on it. But
because we're not driving, and we don't really like to fly either if we can help it.
Oh gosh, I hate to fly.
Flying was
okay. So here we go. What else you got?
What else I got? I was talking about the reviews and stuff over here. Okay.
Sorry, I'm messing with the camera again.
So let's run quickly over some of these other places we've been to. I'm going to name the place and what we did, and you tell me if it was worth the money. And Nassau, Atlantis is an excursion. It's a very expensive excursion. We hadn't really heard people firsthand say it was worth the money. So we went to Margaritaville instead for half the price. Was it worth it?
Margaritaville was definitely worth it for the day's cost.
I thought it was too. We had a great time. And Cozumel.
And I think, well, we don't remember some of the costs, but I think Margaritaville was about $100 a piece.
Yeah, I think so. I forget. Cozumel. We went to the Tabasco Chef.
Oh my goodness.
Would you recommend that?
Absolutely.
Yes.
100%.
I couldn't look up the prices on these, the current ones, because you can only go to the booking engine. You can't get to the excursion prices unless you book the cruise.
Right. But nowadays, most excursions are going to cost you about $100 nowadays.
Yeah, there ain't too many that are under that, are there?
Not too many.
How about the Secret River?
The Secret River was definitely worth it.
That was like $110 or something like that.
And that's in Cozumel.
And that's one of those we ended up going back and we're doing it like 3 times.
Yes.
It was that good. The Tulum Mayan ruins, the very first excursion we ever did out of Cozumel. What'd you think of that?
I loved it. It was hot. I wish that we weren't standing in the sun the whole time. We were younger back then. I probably wouldn't do it now at my age just for the sake of standing in the heat.
There you go. You got to consider those things. Is it going to be worth it for you when you look at this? Even if we tell you it's the most fabulous thing ever, go look at it. Go see how long it is, what it costs, and what it's going to involve, and see if it's worth it for you. Only you can decide what's worth it for you.
And here we got some comments.
Let's do it. Aaron says, in case you haven't covered it already, another hazard on excursions, not enough people sign up and it gets canceled.
Yes.
We've heard that. I don't think we've ever ran into that ourselves.
We've never run into that ourselves, but they have switched a excursion for us for the sake of not enough people booked it, because it was a similar one. For example, like this would be monkeys and waterfalls. They may have switched it over to be waterfalls and horseback riding or something like that. But they'll notify you that they've switched it, or they'll notify you that there was not enough people to participate.
Yeah, they give you your money back, or give
if you booked it through the ship.
If you booked it through the ship.
Here's Fearless Rambler.
Fearless says, Atlantis is not worth the cost for the 5 hours you are there. There you go. You're hearing it from Fearless. Right
now,
on.
there's another park in Cozumel. It starts with the X.
Excursion.
Excursion. It's like a water park and amusement park, and there's also a fee for that. And I've heard people say that the lines are so long, you don't get your money's worth because you don't get to ride the water slides or do the activity because you spend all of your time standing in line. And here's another good tip for you. There's a website out there that will show you how many cruise ships are at the port the same day you're at the port. So if you know that you're going to be in Nassau with 8 ships in the port, more than likely things are going to book up. But if you're in the port with only 2 ships in the port, you'll have a better chance at it. So that's another thing to pay
Maybe there'll be less
to.
lines that day.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing to consider. How many ships are in port that day? Mm-hmm. That's a good tip. Oh, that's called a real solution for real cruisers. Sea Lake Journeys. See how many ships are going to be there that day to know how long those lines are going to be.
And Fearless Framer says that Tulum was cool. We've done many of the Mayan ruins. I'm glad we did them when we were younger and we could tolerate the heat and the standing, because a lot of these ruins that you go see, there's no place for you to sit down except for on a concrete block or a rock. So I am glad that we did it when we were younger.
Yeah, and you got uneven ground, you got roots sticking up, you got all kinds of stuff going on. Lynn says, how long have y'all been going on cruises? Since 2004. Our first one was in 2004.
Mm-hmm. And we've been on close to 30 cruises. Maybe over 30
we've been
now.
over 30.
Oh, we're over 30 now. Maybe approaching 35.
Yeah.
35.
Closer
cruises.
To 35,
And we've only done 1 or 2, 3 or 4 day cruises. Most of our cruises are 7 days or longer.
Yeah, on average. We have done them all. We have done 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, but most of them are 7. Or, also, hey, let's go to Belize for a second. Do you remember doing the reef swim with the sharks and the stingrays?
Yes. Okay. So we did the stingray thing, and it was just stingrays. But then this one was sharks and stingrays. Well, we had done the stingrays before, and so I told Chet, I said, listen, we're going to go on this, and I will pay to go, but I want you to know we may lose the money for me to go because I may not get off the boat.
But she did.
But I did. Yeah. But even though I did, I spent my whole, and we were snorkeling in shallow water because we were out on a sandbar, and I spent most of my time riding on Chet's back.
We weren't on a sandbar. It was a reef.
A reef.
We were going down the second largest barrier reef in the world.
So I spent my time snorkeling on Chet's back while he tried to snorkel, because when I was by myself and I was holding on to him like this, right? Snorkeling along. And a shark came so close to me that his fin passed my belly by about that much. Well, and I didn't want I didn't want to thrash around, because if you thrash around, you could be shark bait. So I just simply slid myself on top of Chet.
Now, let me tell you some things to consider on something like this. It was fantastic out there swimming down that second largest reef. I mean, the sharks and stingrays are so close you could touch them. But here's the thing: to get out there on that boat was so rough, it beat the crap out of us.
So it was, yes.
Bam. So if I recommend
literally like that.
Thinking about anything that's going out into the ocean, consider how rough it can be, and can your back take it?
Because when we were on that boat, there was a gentleman that said, I have back problems and this is not good. They immediately took him to the very back of the boat. Then what they started doing is they started sliding all the passengers from the front of the boat towards the back of the boat. Well, now we're sitting literally smushed like this. People just packed against each other because they're trying to keep us out of that bump in the front of the boat.
It was incredibly
very uncomfortable.
Rough. Beat us to pieces, but then it was worth it.
We got some comments.
The Z Show says, I tried the Flow Rider for the first time. I have it on video.
It's not pretty.
Well, put it on your channel, Z, man. We want to see that.
So I have also always wanted to try the Flow Rider. Okay. Now that I'm 60, there ain't no way. I am not going to get up there and fall down and hurt myself. That's another thing that we consider about excursions. Is it worth the potential of me getting hurt and not being able to go back to work when I get home? That is a big factor. And we've seen people get hurt and not be able to go back to work when they get home. How your bill's going to get paid. Yeah. You
got to be smart. You got to know what your physical limitations are and what the possibilities are. Karma Lynn for the win saying, hey,
Karma Lynn.
Z says, yeah, because I sweat underwater. I hear the theme song from Jaws. Always swims underwater.
Yes.
I think everybody does. Okay, Coco K, we went there. And what Coco Cay has is that big old giant water park that costs you extra money. And you already told the story about the young kid. We passed on the theme park because we just ain't that interested in the water slides and stuff no more.
Not at our age.
But
we like to watch people go down the water slide.
But we say, if you got teenagers and kids that are old enough and big enough to ride it,
it's fantastic.
I think you're going to love it. I think it would be worth the money.
Now, one thing that we did do at Coco Cay was the balloon ride.
We did the balloon ride.
And that was very much worth the money.
Yes.
And there was a family up there that had some little kids, and they could actually see the stingray in the water on the beach side. And they were excited to see that. Now, they would not have been able to see them if they were just standing on the beach, because you can only see them, from up high. And so sometimes the excursion is worth it to someone in your party. Now, we also have a group cruise coming up. Speaking of the group cruise.
Oh, we got to have a commercial.
So we have a group cruise coming up, and we would love to have you join us. And I'm going to play the clip for the group cruise first. Alert, alert!
Alert, alert!
It's a group cruise!
Group cruise, y'all!
With your host, Sea Lake Journeys, TNT Adventures to Sea, and Ocean to Ocean Travel.
So come on, let's get on that Norwegian breakaway. May 19th through the 26th, 2024. We'll be leaving out of the port of Miami, going to Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic, St. Thomas, and Tortola. And finally, we're going to NCL's private island, Great Stirrup Cay. Contact Bruce at Ocean to Ocean Travel today to get those group rates and special perks.
Join the Facebook group for all the planned events. There's room for everyone. Don't forget, contact Bruce at oceantoceantravel.com. We'll see you on the ship.
See ya on the ship.
So we do have a group cruise coming up. Now that we've been asked, are we going to do a group excursion? So this is where I was talking about that there's some people in your group that may not be able to do the excursion with you. That should not keep you from doing the excursion, okay? If, for example, if you're traveling with your, you've got grandma, grandpa, mom, dad, the kids, and aunt so-and-so. If mom, dad, the kids, and aunt so-and-so want to go on an excursion, don't feel like they've left you behind, because there's always something you can do without them as well. So try not to feel like they're leaving you out, because that's not the intention. Everybody's on vacation. Everybody wants to have a good time. And if they are going to do something that you can't do, find something you can do with someone you can do it with. And booking a cruise with Bruce at Ocean to Ocean Travel, he could get you some group rates, and he could get you some good deals. So here we go. I got some things up here.
Okay. Z-Man says, I tried the flow right where we saw that one.
Oh.
Yeah. Carmelyn says, hey, Sea Lake Journeys.
I'm sorry. I'm behind here. Yep. Hold on. Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, Fearless says there were baby sharks swimming around at Coco Cay, but I did get a chance to see them, but plenty of stingrays.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
The stingrays and sharks do kind of hang out together, don't they?
Yep.
Z says, great show, everybody. Got to get ready for prime time if you want to swing on by.
There you go.
How about that? CruiseNet says, yes, we are glad to be on this group cruise, and we are glad to have Mike and Tracy, the CruiseNets, going with us, and Bruce and Sydney at Ocean to Ocean Travel going with us, and also Tom and Terry from TNT's Adventures to Sea, and some other people, not vloggers, are going to be there with us too. Right. If you want to meet them, meet all of them, come on with us next May.
Well, we've had a great show. We didn't get everything covered, but that's the way it rolls around here at Sea Lake Journeys. Sometimes we get everything covered, sometimes not. But we had some great conversation with you guys, and we want to thank you all for stopping in and spending some time with us this evening.
What's coming up next for our channel? Friday, Raid Parade. We're not sure yet. We've got a couple of videos she's working on.
I don't remember. You got me on the spot. I don't remember.
That's okay. We got a couple of them. We're going to pick which one. You'll know before Friday. So thanks everybody for joining us here tonight.
So until next time, we'll see you around the channel.
See you around the channel.
Oh, hold on. Wait.
Oh, wait.
I'm so sorry.
What happened?
I don't know where I'm going. Till next time, we'll see you around the channel.
See you around the channel.